Okay, this one is called similar shapes. Now, similar shapes when things are in exactly the same proportions, but one is larger than the other. And what we have to do with similar shapes is usually find a missing side on one or the other. Now, the first thing that we have to do is find what's called a scale factor. Now, the scale factor is how many times bigger is, say, B from A. That's the scale factor. And be careful because this B shape can be reversed and upside down and backwards and forwards, but it's still a similar shape. So let's have a look at an example. So we've got this this one here, and we'll attempt to draw the same thing but much larger. Yeah. So there you go, there's similar shapes. So you do need some information on these things. So if we say that this is 3.6 centimeters, millimeters, doesn't really make any difference, yeah? And this is 2, okay? And we've got 5 on this one. And we need to find x over there, and we've got 4.5 on that one, and we need to find y over there. So let's have a look what we need to do for this. So you find a corresponding side that has a measurement on it, and in this case it's at the top. So to find the scale factor, you divide the large number by the small number. Now this will always give you an answer that is greater than 1, so it's easier to understand. So the large number is 3.6, small number is 2, so that will be 1.8 as a scale factor. Yeah, so it means that the large shape is 1.8 times bigger than the small one. So if we want to find x, what we do 5, the corresponding side to x, times the scale factor, 5 times the scale factor equals x, and 5 times 1.8, well, 10 of them's 18, so 5 of them's 9, equals 9, so x equals 9. If we want to find y, then we go the other way around. We go from the 4.5, which is the corresponding side to y. This time we divide it by the scale factor. And 4.5, I'm going to have to get the calculator out for that one. Right, 4.5 divided by 1.8 is going to be equal to 2.5. So y equals 2.5. There you go, that's what scale factors are all about for the GCSE foundation. But of course they get more complicated than that. So let's do another shape, and they can be all sorts of shapes. So there's a big one there. Nothing's to scale, of course, because it's all freehand. So what have we got here? We've got 2, and we've got x. We've got y, and we've got 8, and we've got 3, and we've got 12. Yep. So the scale factor between shapes A and B. What we need to do here. So to find the scale factor, we find the corresponding sides, which is 12 divided by 3, which equals the scale factor of 4. So according to our measurements, B is 4 times bigger than A. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is. And if we want to find x, we just go 2 times the scale factor of 4, which equals 8. If we want to find y, we go 8 divided by the scale factor of 4, which equals 2. There. So we can find the unknowns. We can find the unknowns quite easily. Most often the shapes are triangles, so let's do a triangle. So let's have a a big triangle this time and a small triangle. Okay, so triangles A and B, A and B. So if we have 12, 6, 8 and X, the scale factor will be 12 divided by 6, which equals 2. And X will be equal to 8 divided by the scale factor, which is 6. And that's going to be a recurring, isn't it? 8 divided by 6, 4 over 3, which equals 1.3 recurring. Right, okay, let's have a look at another one. So we've got, let me just make it, change the view a little bit, zoom in, zoom to, okay, so we can see what I'm doing now. Right, so let's have a triangle here, and we'll have a triangle there. So this is the same triangle, but this is bigger than this. And what we've done is we've just turned it round a bit. There's not quite the right angle, but that angle there is corresponding to that angle there. Not supposed to be a right angled triangle. Now, if we've got, so we'll have 3 there and 4.5 there. And what do we need to find? We need to find y. Where's y going to be? Y is over there. Yeah, this is 2.5 and this is 2. Right, so we've got a choice now. So to find the scale factor, we find the corresponding sides, which is the one opposite that angle x. So this is 4.5 divided by 3, which equals 1.5. So this is 1.5 times bigger than that. Now to find y, we'll find the corresponding there is 2.5, and this is bigger, so we're going to multiply it by the scale factor of 1.5, and that equals 3.75 for y. There you go. Now the angles will all be the same. So if they ask, for example, this angle there, say that's 30 degrees, and they want to know what this angle here is, angle A will be 30 degrees. The angles are always the same in a similar shape. Otherwise, won't be similar, would it? Right, okay, let's have a look. What we're going to do now. Now, what they do quite often, and they're a bit naughty when they do this, is imagine we have like a shape like this, and what they do is this is the big triangle A, B, C, and they will put a small triangle inside the big triangle, so D, E. So you've got a little triangle there, which is A, D, E, inside the big one, A, B, C. And let's have some numbers. 5. Let's have a look at DE is parallel to BC. So that tells you that these two lines are parallel, and it is indeed a similar shape. And I haven't put all the numbers on yet, so find BC, BC and EC and EC. Now, what did they give us here? Let's see, can't remember which ones it is. So 14, 8, let's have a look. So let's have 8 up there and 6 down there. 2 over there, 2 over there. Right, okay. So what we're going to do, so the corresponding sides here is the AD in the small triangle and the AB in the large triangle. So the complete length AB is 14, the small one is 8. So this is going to give our scale factor. So the scale factor, 14 divided by 8, is 1 3/4, you know, 1 3/4. So it's 1.75 is the scale factor. Now, in order to find, what are we finding? BC, this one along the bottom, we're going to multiply this number 5. So BC equals 5 times 1.75, and that will equal 8.75. And what's the other one we're going to find? EC. Now, we've got 4.2, so we could find AC. So we're going to find that first. AC equals 4.2 times the scale factor, 1.75, and that equals 7.35. So the whole thing is 7.35. So EC will equal the 7.35 minus the 4.2. And what's that? 7.35 minus 4.2 is all that stuff. 3.15. 3.15. Excellent. Right, okay. Let's come down a bit. Down a bit. Oh, it's a good shape. Here's a good shape for you. Right, so we've got that and that. So, similar shapes, right? So AB is parallel to DE. So this must be A, this must be B, this must be D, and this must be E. So we'll make the middle C, will we? Because it's the only letter missing. Right, find DE. So we need something going on, don't we? So we need a 12 there, 10 there, and an 8 there. So you have to find the scale factor first, and the corresponding sides are AC and CE, because you could spin that bottom triangle around that point there, and it would spin round so that you'd get like a triangle in there somewhere, like that. So scale factor is 10 divided by 8, which is equal to 1.25, and DE in the scale factor of this one at the top, so DE will be equal to 12, and divide it this time because we're going smaller, and this is 9.6. Oh, I love it. Yeah, okay, right, let's have a look. I don't like that, so if you just bear with me a minute. Zoom, I don't like zoom. Get more on the actual page there. Right, okay, so let's have a look at this one. Right, that one. Right, there we go. Okay, let's have a look at this. So here's a big triangle. Very nice. And we'll put AB is parallel to EC. So AB is this, EC, very bizarre. ABC, oh I see, we're just going round anti-clockwise, yeah. So we'll have 4 there and 12 there, and 7 up here for this little bit, ED. So what we're going to do, we're going to find AE. Find AE. Okay, so the scale factor is going to be these corresponding parallel sides there. So that's 12 divided by 4, which equals 3. So the big triangle is 3 times bigger than the little one. Now we've got the scale factor, we can go from ED to find all the way from AD. So AD will be equal to 7 times 3, which equals to 21. So the whole thing all the way up there is 21. So AE, which is what we're after, is going to be equal to 21 minus 7, which equals 14. Yeah? 14. Right, okay, let's do this. Another example. We've got plenty of examples here. So what we've got now is a triangle like this, and this, and this. Quite a long triangle. Didn't realise it was going to be this long. Okay, so this is 8. This is 20. Yeah. And this is 50. 50 all the way from the end to the end. So we've got to find that. So I'll label it up A, B, C, D, E. Scale factor. Okay. So this is going to be AC divided by AE, which is equal to 2.5. And X is going to be equal to 8 times 2.5. 16, another 4 make 20. I've just got one more lovely little example to give you, and then that will wrap up this one. Okay, so we'll call that A, and that B, and that one C, this one 3, and this one 15. So AB is parallel to DE. It always is. Otherwise it wouldn't be a similar shape, would it? Got to be. It would be a different question altogether, wouldn't it? So we've got to find what we're going to find. Let's find AD. Find AD. Okay, so the scale factor is going to be 15 divided by 3, which equals 5. Okay, so AC is going to be equal to 5 times 5, which equals 25. And AD will be equal to 25 minus 5, which equals 20. Hooray! Okay. Yeah, that's it really for that lesson. So let's go back and I'll see you in the next one.